coffee is class. What is going on? Starting off with coffee and doing my little bits. So first thing in the morning, I get up, take my fat burners, glutamine, ancillaries, and get them into me. Black coffee goes down on top after a litre of water, and then we're in for cardio. Fasted cardio is going to go down after this black coffee. We bought a coffee machine because the dopamine is starting to hit. Machine, when you buy it first, it comes with like a load of different pods. Now I'm only having Americanos, the black coffee, and they do have espressos, but they come with cappuccinos, flat whites, mochas, lattes, all the different types of coffees. And you know what? They're not even bad macros on them. So Danny's having them. I can just have the Americanos then. It's just nicer coffee, and it's just more exciting in the morning than boiling the kettle as well, to be completely honest with you. Next thing I do every single morning, this is what the kind of routine looks like every single day, is I make the creamies for the nighttime, for the final meal. 2 tubs here. Dan's actually started using them as well. She's doing a little bit of a diet herself, and they're a game changer. So whatever protein we're going to use, we're using caramel biscuit from Perform at the moment, and then we're just putting 35 grams each, so 70 grams in total. You'll also see, started doing blood pressure readings again a couple times a week, just to keep on top of that, you know, like do my best with everything that I do, try and stay as healthy as possible over the next while, you know, especially as prep gets, you know, harsher and harsher over the next couple of months. The more I can stay on top of that, the better we will be coming out the other side. Do you know what I mean? Body weight this morning was 87.1. So it has been up and down quite a bit over the last 2 weeks, but I'm not worried about it. We're definitely getting leaner. I will be doing posing round after cardio, so I will show you exactly what the physique is looking like. I do have the trunks now, so yeah, things have been taken up another notch. I don't know if I've said I had the trunks on here yet, but I have the trunks. Anyway, for anyone, okay, like this has changed the game for me in terms of getting steps done every single day, right? And I have the bike for my cardio, and I do cardio on the bike because it makes it easier for me to get my heart rate up. All right, we're obviously using heart rate for cardio, and I get my heart rate up to about 160, and hold 160 then for the full cardio session, which is 30 minutes every single morning for me first thing right now, and that's obviously going to go up and up and up as the next couple of months go along. But for my steps, I bought this little fella. All right, it's from Home Fitness Code. Okay, I do a lot of my steps on this now. Like that steps that I get done with the dog every day for his walk isn't that much, you know, and a lot of the time then I'm stuck behind the computer. So what I've been doing is putting this in the mornings under the desk and walking with it. And then last night, still had more steps to do, brought it down in front of the TV, tipping away, got the steps done nice and quick. Like if you're watching TV, you're scrolling your phone or something, you don't even notice you're doing them. It's a really small, really, really handy little yoke, and it was €160. There's different models and stuff that you can buy. I just bought the simplest one there because I just need it for steps. Nothing special, and it goes up to 10 kilometers an hour. So you could do a little bit of a run on it, to be fair, as well, if you wanted. But yeah, steps on that. So what I do is start off with a couple of steps, get the heart rate moving, get on the cardio, get the heart rate like up to the level that it needs to be at, okay, on the watch. Then I take the watch off for the duration of cardio. So I'm keeping that pace the same the entire time when the heart rate is hit where it needs to be. And then that's my full 30 minutes then of the exact same cardio. If you want to get the most out of your cardio, that's what I would do. All right? I wouldn't turn the bike on or get on the bike and then, or any cardio machine that you're doing, and then start pedaling and your time starts straight away. All right? It's what I've done in the past, but with our cardio, right, with anything we do, like try and get the most out of every little thing that you can do with it. So I'm trying to get the most out of that 30 minutes that I can now. Before, it was just, right, I have 30 minutes to do, I just do that 30 minutes. You know, now, 30 minutes to do, I'm fucking working for that 30 minutes, lad. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you get deeper and deeper into a prep or even into a diet, all right, like this is my first like real prep, you start to get more like on the fucking ball with all these things, and it's just small little things like that. Like I do, and I set that expectation for myself with Keen, especially at the very start of the prep and like leading up to the prep, like when we're talking about it and stuff. I said condition is where, you know, my strong point will be, obviously, because, you know, there isn't that much size there, but, you know, I have a level of condition in my head that I want to bring, and to go through this extensive length of a prep, I want to bring that condition, you know, and that is going to come from being on it with all these little things. Cycling away, lad. That's what we're looking like at the moment. As you see, a lot more fucking weight to come off, but only about 5 minutes into the actual session. But we're cruising along, and I'm just getting a post ready for Instagram myself about girls and the fear around food, the fear around eating more food to grow. I think it's a big problem as well. And again, you know, look at my full days of eating and everything like that. Take something from that, you know. I'll show you what the food is like now today. Take ideas from that. This is what my YouTube is for, is to be able to take the ideas away, try and implement them yourself. Obviously, you know, what I'm doing isn't going to work for you numbers wise, but, you know, structure, type of food, the layout of it all, whole thing. We have another lad that I really like watching, Big Net Styles podcast on, and we're cruising away. Hopefully you can hear me now, but good sweat done. The watch goes back on straight away then after it, so we're back on for steps now as well. And again, I know I'm bundling these two together here. It doesn't have to be like that, and I know obviously time constraints and everything, and during the week I don't really do this. Well, obviously I do, because I put the walking pad under and I just walk and work at the same time. The only benefit, again, a couple of benefits of going straight from your cardio to do steps is your heart rate is going to be a lot higher. My heart rate now is back down to 135, which is still kind of high because I'm still a fat bastard. But, you know, my heart rate is still higher. I'm going to be burning more calories doing these steps. Do you know, keep that heart rate that little bit higher for a little bit longer. But that's 30 minutes cardio done. I do think cardio will probably get bumped this week. Potentially a little drop in food. I mean, we're going to go posing now in a minute, because posing is tough. I've been posing with Jim now for probably 3 weeks, and fuck me, it's tough. Like, he's got a really good eye for it, and he has the flow, you know. Like, a lot of people know who Jim obviously is, but like moving the hips and just different parts, like the amount of practice that it's going to take. I was like, thank God, like I started as early as I did, because I need to be able to be confident going out on stage, you know, being able to present a good package. And again, first time competing, as people say, you know, like, just enjoy it. But at the same time, like, I'm like working all these weeks, you want to be able to bring the best possible everything to the stage. Do you know, that kind of way? So that's what we're doing. I am really in that prep mindset now over the last kind of 2 weeks of just nailing these things, you know, nailing these things on a daily basis. And especially like the diet, I've really got the diet nailed in now of exactly what I'm eating on a daily basis. Oh, fuck me. Just watch that back. Not too bad. I'm going to get in for one more of them. Just one after another, just over the next couple of weeks. Just have to hop on for a call with a client now as well. But just little small things there. Like you see my rear relaxed, struggling to open up that rear relaxed, like I'm crunched together, and it's just to open that out, which is a big thing now over the next week, just in case anyone is fucking coming in. There won't be. But side chest, you know, closing the gaps. You don't want any gaps behind those elbows or anything like that. Just small little things like that will make a huge difference on stage, and obviously making yourself look as big as you possibly can on stage by not having those little gaps. So that's what the posing is all about. I'm actually happy with that though. I'm actually happy with that in terms of the way we look, not the posing. Right, showered, had a call with a client, and we're going to get meal 1 in. Hygiene is big as well, lads. Do not neglect hygiene. Like, I could have gone the rest of the day there, you know, and waited until this evening to have a shower and stuff, but like after sweating that much, like, you don't want to let that sweat just sit there on you all day, and you don't want to smell like a little fucker either. Go for your shower, and just, you're going to feel a lot fresher as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, just like doing all that stuff this morning, you know, and getting it out of the way, when you're on top of shit, the rest of the day it tends to go a lot better as well. Stress levels are going to be lower, right? And things are going to run a bit smoother because you're ahead of yourself. As much as you can, just get ahead of yourself. And it just, main thing is just being organised, good time management, and just, you know, having a plan of action of what's going to get done at every single hour of the day, I suppose. Do you know, that kind of way? So you don't be chasing your tail the whole time, every single day, because that's just going to lead to more stress, which is just going to lead to just not enjoying the process, I suppose, as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, you want to enjoy it. Do you know, you want to enjoy every single day as much as possible. Enjoy every day as it were your last, lad. So, meal 1. These videos are kind of raw as well, very raw, aren't they? Meal 1 is going in. We have Aldi's version of oats. So that is meal 1. 75 gram of oats, 200 gram of berries, 100 gram raspberries, 100 gram blueberries, and then 35 gram of whey on top. And that'll do me nicely now for the next 2 hours. And then after that, I have a couple of adjustments to make to a few meal plans, and then more steps. Steps as well, like on the weekend, if you have more control over, you know, your time, steps after meals, great for digestion and just for getting your overall steps in, obviously, on a daily basis as well. But that's what the current meal 1 is looking like. I'll show you meals throughout the day as much as I can. Obviously I can, but I don't want to obviously go too deep into it either. We'll save that for the next full day of eating. I was going to make this a full day of eating, but it's kind of turned into just more of a day, so we'll just roll with it, lad. Just roll with it. Chicken and rice. Chicken and rice, lad. I'm keeping it simple. Like most days now, I'm doing three rice meals, and it just works. Fucking hits differently, lad. This isn't my favourite one. I went off it a while ago, but you know, when you don't have something for a while, then it kind of gets nicer again. The Fiesta. Little pit stop. Time is ticking along. The days don't be long going by. I do notice, like, I have a jumper on now again. You get like the body temperature kind of dropping a small little bit. It's grand when you're like moving about and doing everything, but when you're sitting down doing nothing, like not moving around, it does start to get a little bit colder when you have a little bit less food in you, and the body fat is starting to come off. Again, we have a long way to go, lads. You know, like, we've only been prepping for a couple of weeks. We have, you know, it's just going to go by very quick though, do you know what I mean? I always look up how many days until, and I have a whiteboard. I need to get a new whiteboard, a bigger whiteboard, because I want to kind of do like whiteboard videos as well. Do you know those old kind of whiteboard videos? I have some ideas in my head. How many days until 28th of June? 126. So we are 126 days out. It's nearly time for meal 3. Again, like during the diets with clients and stuff, all these little tools, you know, during the day really, really help, in moderation, of course. Like, there's no need to abuse them at all, and I'm going to try my best not to abuse them too much throughout this prep either. But you know, you just do what you got to do, you know, and make the whole process as easy as possible for you. It's not going to be easy in any means, but they're little things, you know, that can just make life that little bit easier for you and just make the day more enjoyable as well. Do you know what I mean? And just have something to look forward to. Like a can of Monster is so nice to just look forward to. You know, that kind of way. That's the story. Just wrapped up filming a little bit of a longer sit down video there as well, and pretty much wrapping things up for the day now as well. Actually, I'm going to shut the, well, no I'm not, but I'm going to finish up pretty soon and get the last couple of meals in. I've had a meal again since. Meal 3 was the exact same chicken and rice, exact same amount as meal 2 was, and I have 2 more meals plus the creamy to go as well. So 6 meals, you could say, throughout the entire day. I just like that setup now. I think it's working really well, and it's allowing me to adhere to it perfectly. Hunger's like in a really good spot. I do notice hunger today picking up a little bit more, especially on rest days compared to training days. Sorry. Hunger being that little bit higher for some reason. I suppose obviously food is that little bit lower. I have 100 gram of carb of a difference, which is 400 calories. But I do have like 10 grams of extra fat on a training day, or on a rest day, I should say. But hunger level small, a little bit higher on a rest day, to be fair, just from not having that training window, I suppose, as well. But yeah, all going well. Just wrapped up that video. That would have been out here before this one. Let me know what you thought of it. How to get into bodybuilding in 2025 if you watched it. That is pretty much everything. Couple more meals. As I said, we'll do a full day of eating very, very soon. Take you through what the diet is currently looking like. As I was saying, with it being, you know, solidified on the meal plan now, and give you some insight into the diet at the moment. Big thing I forgot to mention as well in terms of show plans is they've changed, I think now, a little bit, and it's only going to be PCA shows that we're going to be doing this year. And the reason for that being is, before, for whatever reason, I'm not 100% sure, in Ireland, if you're from Ireland, right, you can just go straight and compete in the UK or anywhere you want. But now, to go compete in the UK in NPC shows, right, PCA, fine, but to go and compete in NPC shows, like Two Bros, you have to do a regional here in Ireland. The only regional is muscle contest. Now they do, and they have just added in a second regional later on in the year. So obviously fellas who are looking to, you know, do shows later on in the year can do that regional here first and then go abroad. But I'm not, you know, in any form or shape wanting to do that muscle contest show, because again, it's a huge show for Ireland, and again, there's pro cards, Olympia qualifications, I'm pretty sure, you know, it's a big show, right? There's the regional, there's the pro, I don't know, is there regional? I don't know, is it a pro qualifier or not? It might just, I don't know. Anyway, that's a big show there. That's 16th, 17th of May, those couple of days. That whole weekend there is full of shows. For most of the contests, I think they have 3 shows, including a natural show. That's that at the end, in the middle of May, end of May. And my first show, PCA, is end of June. So again, about 5.5 weeks later. So it's fine. We're just going to do PCA shows this year. And again, I wasn't too bothered about doing Two Bros shows either. Again, I like the setup of PCA shows. I know obviously Two Bros, NPC is another step on in terms of competing, but my first time stepping on stage, you know what I mean, there's no need to stress about where I'm competing or what show I'm competing in. It's just to step on stage. There is actually a show, Gas Mark 10 Classic, that I have been looking at also as well. That is a week or 2 earlier, I'm pretty sure. I was just looking at that because it's a cheap show to enter, and I'm a big fan of Rob Taylor, to be fair, as well, the Barnsley Pitbull. And I was just looking at that, but more than likely 28th of June is still going to be the first show, and then it'll just be possibly a couple of PCA shows again after that as well. It would be handy to do a PCA show here, but first timers PCA is in April, I'm pretty sure, here in Ireland, which is again way too early for us. And then I don't know if there's any other PCA shows. There's Derry, of course, as well, but that's not a first timer show, I don't think. whenever it might be. Off the top of my head now, I have a good idea of them because I see them on the phone every single day, but that's just the general rundown. It's probably just going to be PCA shows, which I'm more than happy with, to be honest with you. Um, in comparison, like the PCA shows, especially for my first time around, are going to be a lot easier to go and do than go and do an NPC. And they're run very well as well. They are run very well. So I need to register for the shows I'm going to do. Obviously, the first one's set in stone, and then I've been looking at dates after that, 2 weeks after, and then we'll see after that. Then it all just depends, as myself and Keem were saying, how long I plan on staying on prep. You know what I mean? Like when you're in it, like right now, I'm thinking to myself, we could do multiple shows, but when you do that first show and then probably do 2 weeks in between and then do a second show, you're probably going to be fairly fucked up after that. But we'll see. We'll see how things are going. If we're having a great time, we're having a great buzz, we might run around a little bit longer, but then again, maybe enjoy a little bit of summer at the same time. We'll see. We'll see. You'll have to follow along and see exactly what we do, but we've plenty of time to decide exactly what happens over the next 120 something days.